Thank you. Hello, everyone. So, I love relatable humor, right? Like, you ever get up on stage in front of all your friends and make a fucking fool of yourself? So I was workshopping with my roommate about what type of character I'd be when I'm on stage, and we came to the conclusion that the last thing I should be is myself. This is the same roommate who once said, Danny, you know, if you weren't funny, you'd be nothing. Well, having the show in Kirby's pretty cool, because I live right over there, which is really nice. So when you guys don't laugh, that's where I'll be crying later. And for the, if you guys do laugh, ladies, that's where I'll be crying later. Anyways, what's been going on with me? Yeah, I broke my hand skiing in January, which really sucked. Ski team. The most common thing people asked me when I broke my hand was, how are you going to wipe your ass? Fucking easily. Like, I'm an adult. I can adapt. But ever since breaking my right hand, I had to get really good with my left. I'm talking really good with my left. Really good with my left. I masturbated with my left hand. So, I'm a responsible person, I like to think, but only selectively. Like, with a broken hand, I had to learn how to be amphibious. Oh wait, no, that's not the word. Dependent on my friends and family. Like, sure I broke my hand, but with enough willpower, you can get anybody to do anything for you. I'm so brave. I think the best thing to come out of 2018 is Fortnite, right? Anybody like Fortnite? Yeah. Thanks, guys. It's like a 100-person Hunger Games, if you don't know what it is. It's like all I do. I got addicted to Fortnite about the day before I broke my hand. Why I love when all you do is lose. I like Fortnite because it's an immersive experience, right? You can do anything you want in the game that you can do in real life. Like hide in a bush, avoid conflict, it's the best. Hey, when are they going to start calling him Harold Potter? I'm trying to find my dream girl. I like Tinder, but I don't know if Tinder's meant to find the one. You know, because like, my dream girl likes puppies and likes pizza. Where the fuck am I going to find one of those? I'm what girls like to call not bad looking. Which is a shame, you know, because people have been telling me my whole life to put myself out there, and unfortunately I'm not even really sure what that means. Put myself out of what? Misery. But for those haters out there, I'll have you know, my mom thinks I'm a really handsome boy. So, there's always that. I like to think that crazy girls are a lot like hamsters. Anybody agree with me? Let me explain. Thank you. Let me explain though. At first you're like, oh, you're pretty cool, you know? Like, you're small, you're cute. I want to touch you a little bit, you know, whatever. And then, like, you feel bad for it one day, so you take it out of its cage, and then it bites you on your hand, and you're like, what the fuck? Where the hell did I get a hamster? You gotta take care of it now. And then you gotta bury it in your backyard when it dies. Thanks for sticking around. I find it crazy how politicians are on Twitter. You know, you can just all your ideas, which is a shame because I like the way things used to be. You know, I think politics should still have dueling because you used to have to die for what you believed in. You know, Alexander Hamilton died when he was 47 in a duel. I think the problem is that you're getting too old and racist these days. You know. I really don't think old people should vote, which is it's a hard policy to enact. But like, think about it. It's like your roommate coming into your room, picking the movie, and then leaving 10 minutes later. Just hear me out. So I'm usually a sociable guy, right? I like to talk to people. But the other day I saw my professor on the quad with his 2 little kids, and they're cute kids, and I'm like, oh, here's my professor with his kids. And then I'm like, oh shit, there's my professor on the quad with his 2 kids. So I didn't say hi, I kept walking, And I don't know why I didn't say hi. It's just because, like, I don't know. It feels like work when you see your professor. It's like he was going to assign me homework in the 2 seconds I was talking to him. I don't know. I have really bad tunnel vision when I'm walking around campus. To my friends, if I ever don't say hi to you, it's probably because I'm distracted looking at something more important, like my feet or something, so have you ever gotten so little sleep that you don't think it should be called sleep anymore? Like, have you ever gotten 3 hours of sleep and you're like, oh, that was a nice nap, it stunk. I snooze my alarm, right? My roommate loves it, just kidding. I try to explain to him that 5 minutes is 5 minutes, and that sleep is sleep, or well, that nap is nap, rather. What a crowd. Thanks, guys. I have more, though. You know, doctors say it's healthy to get around 8 hours of sleep per night. I'm on the 12-4 sleep schedule. I'll get 12 hours one night, and then 4 hours the next night. And I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure it evens out at 8. It's probably the healthier alternative, actually. You know the iPhone feature called bedtime? It's like, it helps you wake up and go to sleep around the same time every day, because it's healthy or something fucking stupid. I don't use it. I'm nowhere near using that button, ever. Like, in life, ever. I'm never going to press that button. I have so many alarms. You want to know how many alarms I have? How many? I have, like, all the alarms. Scrolling through your alarms in the morning is like spinning the wheel and The Price is Right. You know, it's like... I want to thank my family, my friends. 6:45 a.m. Thanks for having me, Drew. You get off stage, right? You ever get so little sleep that you don't even think... You ever get so little sleep that it doesn't charge your phone all the way in the morning? You know, you wake up, you're at like 45%. You're like, what happened last night? So my parents are really light sleepers, and I try really hard at night not to wake them up. So like for instance, if I'm peeing, I'll pee on the inside of the bowl, because I'm nice like that. If I'm microwaving something, I'll stop it at a second, because I'm considerate as fuck. But if I'm pooping, that's where it gets tricky, right? Right, so we've all been there. So what I'd like to do is I poop in my hand, and then I lower the poop into the toilet. Again, you're with me on that one, okay? Poop jokes. Check mark on the poop jokes. I hate how jokes can be offensive, right? Like, you gotta be careful what you say these days. I don't get it. I had all this great material, but it was pre-9/11. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to use it. I can tell you guys really want to hear it. I'll just do it. So here's my Robert De Niro on 9/11 impression. Stick with me. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Here's my Hitler on D-Day impression. Just kidding. I'm friends with a Jew, so I can make that joke. Just kidding, I am Jewish. You already knew that because you can see my hair, my face, and everything else. So I'm from a really Jewish area, and I know this because the local news will actually reference us in their traffic reports, which is insane. Like, I just don't get it. They'll be like, all right, ship, live from the AccuWeather forecast, whatever, we're on 684 here, and the traffic is really light. The Jews are celebrating Rosh Hashanah. And when you put it that way, it kind of seems like you're blaming traffic on the Jews. I don't know. So, you know, being Jewish has its lows and its highs. Because for starters, there's anti-Semitism. And I'm not really even sure why that's a word, you know? Oppression just against one group. Like, you only see that when you ask someone what their favorite type of music is, you know? And they say, oh, anything but country music. Like, what did country music do to you, you know? Like, sure, their music sucks, but like, come on. That's the same type of discrimination that led to the Holocaust. Am I right? Am I right? Oh boy. So yeah, that's the same type of discrimination that led to the Holocaust, except it's just like anti-Semitism, except country music isn't greedy and didn't ruin the economy. Oh man, should call that anti-Sam Hunt-ism. It's a country music joke. Last joke, guys, don't worry. I hate people that have one thing and then that's all they do or know, you know? So like, have you ever met someone who just casually likes horses? Of course not. They don't exist, folks, they don't. I think people who are too into horseback riding are worse than people who are too into terrorism. I don't know. I guess my question for people who like horses is, have you tried anything else? Like, horses are cool, I guess, but like there's other animals, there's other stuff to do. That's all I got, folks. Thank you. Thanks for coming.